Morning, everybody.
Morning, everyone.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Melissa, and we're Earthly Delights.
Yep.
We are going to do a what sold video, and we're going to go over everything that's sold over the weekend from Friday through this morning.
Yeah.
Should we just jump right in?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, let's definitely jump right in. I'll do the first one. We sold this Harrods ornament. It's a felted ornament, and it's made in Japan. Probably 70s. Don't quote me, but I'm thinking the 70s. It's a British, I think it's in London.
Yep.
It's a department store, which I've been to before. It's very cool. Yeah, and so this sold for $8. We had it listed for 10. We are pennies in.
Yeah, I just listed it over the weekend, and within a few hours we had 2 watchers. And so I let it sit, and then this morning I just sent offers of 8 on 10, and boom.
Yeah, Harrods has some collectability to it.
Yeah. Next thing that's sold is a Joseph's original little mouse, Dr. Mouse. Super cute little guy. Probably bought him for about $1 at an estate sale, and he sold for $9.50. We got a bunch of these little Joseph mouse collectibles at that estate sale.
Yeah, how many do you buy of these?
I don't know.
They're
but
like
I
a
think
buck each or something?
Probably. I think this is the second one that sold.
Cute.
Yep. They're not worth a whole lot, but they are very cute, and we enjoy selling them. And they're definitely collectible.
Yeah. You want to do the Madame Alexander?
Oh, yeah. So we're not really doll people, but we got a bunch of these Madame Alexander dolls, vintage Madame Alexander dolls, at a recent estate sale for very little. By the end, she was just throwing them at us. And was
it's a previous video, so you can check it out if you want to. Yeah, it was the house of a doll collector, and probably somebody who sold dolls, and
doll houses.
We were kind of shopping on the periphery of all of that, but then the person running the estate sale was like, "We'll throw those in for." I don't know. It was like $20, and
$25 for like 5 dolls, something like that.
We'll take a chance on it.
And this one I ran as an auction, and she sold for $15. One bid. Boom.
One
done.
bid?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it was in the neighborhood of like maybe $20 when I looked up comps. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah. We sold a lot of 9 cassette tapes from that big lot of like 700 cassette tapes that This is a fun one.
Yeah, this is probably the lot that I would keep.
Yeah, Rockwell captured. I think that he collaborated with Prince. This is Rufus and Shaka Khan. Look at that great cover from the 80s. And we've got Babyface and Flavert. Yep. So this sold for, I believe, $15. So that sold for $15.
Yep. The next item that sold, I actually already wrapped it up, but it's 2 cut and sew, vintage cut and sew patterns. They're really cute little country mice, a mouse baby and a mouse mama. Dada. Daddy is an absentee father. We don't have him. So we sold single mom and baby. And those went for $5 together.
The bigger ones, the bigger pillows, cut and sew that are animals, sold really well for us.
Well, all right, I'm just going to take a quick peek at the sold cut and sews, because I don't know if they went...
The animal ones?
Let's see.
Yeah, we're looking up how much they sold for, because I thought we did pretty well on these.
Here, I'm going to do a rundown real quick of all the ones that we've sold so far. We sold one for $17.50, one for $18, and then a lot of 1, 2, 3, 4 of them for $32, one for $25, and one for 12. Yeah, I mean
Okay.
they're easy, they're
Yeah.
adorable, they're super cute. They just, they're easy to pack and ship.
Yeah.
The shipping is low, so
Easy to take pictures of.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
The next item is something from our private collection, and I'm going to tell you a brief story about this. Can I have it? I know you went and grabbed it,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure where it is.
Neither am I.
Well, I'm going to tell the story while Melissa
Everybody knows
finds
what
it.
an iPhone looks like. What did I do? Oh, it's behind you. It's right there. If you want to grab it.
I do want to grab it. Okay, so I dropped my phone and I cracked the lens of the camera, and otherwise it was working.
Right in here.
And even the camera was working, but one day I was actually filming some stuff for YouTube, and I saw this like very artsy flare cutting through the middle of the frame, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then I'm like, wait, I don't think that's cool actually. And then I looked at the lens, and there was a big crack going down it, because honestly, I've dropped it before, and I guess I must not have noticed that it actually cracked. So I went on Apple to look at what a new iPhone would cost, and they said, you could trade in your old phone, and you had to, reveal the condition issues. And I said that, there's a cracked lens, and they were going to give me $250 for the phone. And you were like, I don't think that sounds right. Like, that doesn't sound like enough money. And we've done this before, where we've traded in our old phones. We've sold them on eBay and then bought new phones. Like, we've done this
what we
like
did last year.
a number of times. But this one was the first time it had like a kind of serious condition issue. Anyway, we listed it the other day. I guess it was on Saturday or Sunday. Mm-hmm. And it sold within a couple of minutes for $600.
Yeah. We listed it for $600.
Yeah.
And we got like a flood of
like $400 offers.
$400
like
and $450, and we just ignored them. And then a few minutes later,
$600 full price.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna take that money and apply it to the new phone and have half of it paid off. Remember, if you break your phone, it's good to go ahead and, I think, sell it on eBay. Just take pictures of it, reveal the condition, and you will most likely get more money.
Yep. Just make sure you have it wiped clean and that it's really wiped clean. There's a whole process, and you can check. Buyers of used phones want to know about the battery condition, and there's a way that you can look up the battery strength, and ours was still at yours was still at 97%, which is really good.
Yeah, you just look in settings and battery life and do a screen grab of it and include that in the listing, because they will ask you that question. That's good. I'm glad you remember. It's good to use your eBay store for your own things sometimes.
Yeah. Next thing is something really cute that's sold from recent estate sale. 2 of these super cute little dish towels. That one has a mouse chef, and this is a kitty chef.
God, that one's so cute too.
These are both vintage, made in the USA, 100% cotton dish towels that sold for $8. Sure, we're not in more than $1 or so on them.
Okay, do you want to do this one because you found it? I'll include the video too, because it's hilarious.
So this is a dancing Christmas tree from the 90s, in the original box, and it's sound activated, so it moves and grooves when you play music. And I tested it works, and we sold this for $30. I might have paid $5 for it. Not sure.
We've got an Avon catnip candle. It's in here. I'll show you a picture of it. It's super cute. Probably from the 70s, 80s. It looks like the 70s to me, but I'm not
definitely
sure.
has that vibe.
Yeah, it's in great condition, never used. I got it in an estate sale. Didn't even pay $1 for it. It sold for $6.
Yep. It's in its original box.
Yes. 5. Okay. So we've got a lot of 5 Hardy Boys hardcover books. They sold for $12.50. The last week or so, I've really been focused on organizing our books and going through everything and pulling the ones that aren't worth much money that we've just accumulated, and we're either going to donate them or we're going to sell them at the flea market, which is something we're going to talk about at the very end. We are going to sell at the Beacon Flea Market this Sunday, so we've been getting ready for that. But more on that at the end of this What Sold video.
Yeah.
But I've been collecting these, so I'll just get a lot of them and wait till I have a certain amount and then list them instead of listing them separately. We're not going to get probably quite as much as we would if we sold them individually, but who's got time for that?
Right?
Yeah.
The next thing that's sold is something Kelly picked up at
Oh,
a
this is a
recent
good one.
estate sale. Yeah. It's Chronicles of Narnia Collector's Bookends from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. When I listed it, I packed them up because there's a little bit of a part of it that's pretty delicate, so I wanted to make sure that I wrapped it up and had it protected and that I didn't break it at some point in between listing it and selling it, because yes, I have done that before.
Yeah.
I'm a little klutzy.
And the resin figures and like we know resin stuff from like selling villaging like Lemax and Department 56, and it breaks.
Yeah, it breaks.
Yeah.
But this one didn't, and it sold for $50. It's going to Australia. I can't see now how much they paid in shipping.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
It was like the full payment was like $110 or something.
Yeah.
And we sold it for $50, full price, and we got it at that last estate sale where we got some of the Madame Alexander dolls.
Yep.
And I'm gonna pick up Narnia stuff, especially like collectible things related to Narnia, because there's a market for it. And you said it went to Australia. We've sold a number of. It's interesting. I don't know if I'm just like seeing a pattern that doesn't exist or not, but we've sold a lot of Lord of the Rings and fantasy related items to Australian buyers.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, good sale. I don't think we're much into it. Maybe $5
Wow.
for them.
Good one.
Because we bought a ton of things for $400 at that estate sale. So we really are just not much. We love estate sales. Yeah, really have grown to love those. Next, we've got early 1900s postcard, and it's a greetings from Clarksburg, West Virginia. It's embossed, and I think it's like kind of like an airbrushed kind of look. I can't remember what it's called. I'm no expert on postcards, just learning about them. But yeah, this sold for $5.50 plus shipping. And in a recent video, we went over that we send postcards via, a first class stamp for postcards that are, I guess under $15. If they're getting into the $15, $20 range, then we're going to charge 8 ounces for shipping. So that's going to be $4 or $5 for the buyer. But at this point, for the inexpensive postcards, we put them in this rigid A6 envelope. We put a do not bend sticker on it and put a first class stamp. Put it in a plastic envelope or plastic sleeve, and then ship it off. It doesn't have tracking. So I think what we are talking about doing is, because we're top rated sellers, because
Yeah, we just got our top rated status back after a series of flubs many months ago. And there are perks to that. We do get less
cost of eBay seller fees.
less eBay seller fees.
Maybe it's like,
And-
is it 1% or a little bit less than 1%? Like maybe instead of 10, we pay like 9 something. Is that what it is? Or
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
okay, maybe
We don't need
someone
to-
watching
yeah.
this. Well, but it's because we upload tracking for
on
everything.
time. Yeah, and we are going to lose that status
Because of
very
these.
soon because of this.
Here's what we're going to do. We have been putting off opening up a second eBay store. It's long overdue. We've been wanting to do it because in case there ever became an issue with our primary store, we would have a second one as backup. We're going to move, we're going to migrate all of our postcards and ephemera and possibly some other collectibles to the second eBay store as kind of a safety, but also these are going to be items that we can't offer tracking with. So we don't want to affect like our primary store.
Right. Yeah, so hopefully,
We're going to do that very soon.
yes.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got a book here, Trial of King Charles. It's the Notable Trials Library. And we bought a bunch of these, I don't know, maybe 30 of these books at a couple different online auctions because they've done well. We sold like Witchcraft. Witch Trials.
Salem Witch Trials.
That was cool. That sold for good money. This one sold for $15. We have a bunch more to list.
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking about maybe like lotting some of them up just because we have so many to list. Oh, I forgot to pull this.
I know.
Oh.
Well,
I'll
why
go
don't-
down and get it after the video. So.
Okay. Do we want to talk about it or no?
Yeah, definitely. So at that last estate sale, there were some Easter items. These are made in West Germany. They're nesting paper mache Easter eggs to put like candy in. It's a set of 3. And I think I listed them for $21. And I took a best offer of $14 because we're really like not even $1 into it.
Yeah.
So
And it's
decided-
almost Easter, so.
yeah, moving along.
Yeah. Next up, we sold a sealed tape, Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits, for $16. We listed it for $20. I sent an offer of 20% off, $16, and they accepted. So that's a good sale because we're like 30 cents in.
You know, I saw Bob Dylan when I was 18 years old, and I think I was maybe too young to really appreciate the experience. I fell asleep.
I saw him when I was
fell
about...
asleep.
I saw him at the Garden State Arts Center. It was an outdoor show.
Yeah.
And I practically fell asleep. I don't know. I was really bored.
He's great, but I don't know, maybe live didn't hold
Sure.
up. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I'll talk about the next item that sold.
Oh, right.
Sold.
Sorry, I was skipping ahead.
We had bought a bunch of Christmas ornaments probably over a year ago, and they were just in this box here, like that. And so they were just in this box. They didn't have anything to do with the box. But I looked it up and saw it's these this vintage Noma Christmas lights from 1939. And they were Christmas lights, and
I love
I
the
thought-
artwork on these old boxes.
yeah, it's such a cool box.
Look at this end here.
This end?
This
Where?
this
Here?
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, and so I looked it up and I was like, you know what? I mean, of course it sells for more if it actually has the lights in it, but I thought this is great piece of nostalgia. This could be used in a movie or a film set, or just displayed. So anyway, it sold for $5, and it's going to Denmark. I think they paid a lot in shipping.
How much did they pay? Because I feel like it came in at like 30 some odd dollars or more.
I'm
this
not
box.
seeing how to. You know what? I'd have to look it up on the computer.
I feel like I can't throw this stuff out. It's like a piece of history. It's been in our office here for a while, and then you listed it, and I'm really glad you did. I mean, we're not really making any money on it. I mean, we're making like $4 on it, but the point is that it gets recirculated, it gets used, it doesn't go in the garbage. Yeah, I just couldn't see it go in the garbage. So I'm glad you listed it. I'm glad someone's getting it. The last thing is Search for a Living Fossil book, and this sold for $4. Is that it?
That's it.
Oh, okay. We just have we have some auctions ending today and in a couple days.
Yeah, we have an auction ending. Well, this one is ending today. Let me just see where we're at.
Yeah, it's a Madame Alexander doll that is in doll parts.
Yeah. She fell apart.
She did. But and what's the auction at right now?
Well, right now it has 17 watchers, 5 bids. It's at $12.49. I think I started it at $5.99.
What do you think it's going to go for?
I don't know. There's another one, the exact same doll in parts is listed for $40. So,
oh, okay. That'd be good.
She sells for about $75 if she were complete in one piece. But yeah, still valuable.
And you can't just pop them all back together. I'm sounding very ignorant about dolls. I don't know anything about them.
They have hooks inside, and you can put it back together. But I tried for like a minute and a half, and then I was like frustrated. I couldn't. I don't know. You might need like tweezers or some kind of tool to do it. Yeah. So that's for someone else to do.
Just move on. Yeah. Good. Yeah. So as promised, at the end of the video, we wanted to talk about the flea market that we're going to be doing on Sunday. Today's Monday. Over the weekend, we spent quite a bit of time organizing everything because we're going to do the flea market on Sunday. Today's Monday, so we've got a few more days to get things organized. Yeah. We had a ton of stuff in the corner of this office that we have not listed. We didn't get around to listing. And so we decided to go through all of it and make 2 piles. One was for flea market and one was for listing, depending on like how much things were worth and if we thought it would do well at the flea.
Yeah. And I mean, there were some things that I got caught up in the beginning of online auctions and bid on some things that weren't quite what I thought they were, and they're rather large and bulky. So I was like, let's just try to move it. They're these like big Tonka truck construction vehicles, and I realize now that I don't really have the interest in listing and boxing them up and shipping and all of that, and they're taking up a lot of space. But they're very, very collectible, and I think they'll be great flea market items.
Yeah. So wish us luck. Went down a rabbit hole on YouTube and watched a bunch of flea market videos, and honestly got a little bit nervous about how the experience is going to go. I definitely learned a lot by watching the videos. A few things was make sure you have flashlights because, we're going to be getting there at like
5 a.m.
5 in the morning. You have to get there early.
I don't like that.
You have to bring flashlights. And the other thing is people get there really, really early and they're digging through the stuff as soon as you pull it out of your vehicle. So I think what we need to do is pull the things out of the truck that we don't mind people kind of rummaging through that maybe aren't breakable items. We do have a lot of like media, books, clothing,
Books, tapes, CDs.
we have a lot of like Carhartt jumpsuits. Yeah, so it's kind of a spring cleaning. We're also thinking that we might go ahead and add the flea market as a regular weekly thing to do. We do source a lot at estate sales, and so we're picking up a lot of things, and we need to possibly move things faster. Maybe we won't make as much as if we sold it online, but we also don't have eBay fees, and we also we don't have eBay fees. We'll have taxes if people Venmo us, and of course we want to be above board with cash too. We're gonna have to look into that, but I think it'll be a nice social event. The Beacon Flea Market's really a fun community oriented event when we've gone there to pick ourselves for our business, and we've been talking about doing the flea market since we started reselling. So
actually that was how we started reselling. It was like right before COVID. We started collecting, and we started collecting, and we're planning to sell vintage barware and cocktail glasses and things like that at the estate sale. At the flea market, which was due to start in April. Well, we all know what happened March of 2020. COVID hit, and that was off the table.
And we had a lot of barware.
Yeah, so and then we realized that was like a horrible idea for us. Like, I would not want to be schlepping glass back and forth every week.
Live and learn.
Yeah.
We learn by doing.
Yep. So, we sold a lot of that stuff already, and had yard sale we sold a lot of our cocktail glasses to a neighbor, and
that's right.
Anyway, 3 years later, we're getting ready to do the flea market.
I almost feel like it's kind of like a full circle situation, One thing I will say that when I was watching the videos, they were suggesting not to just sell one item, that people tend to come to your table when they see a lot of different things. And we're definitely going to have a lot of different things.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of like home goods and collectibles and media. And I'm going to sell some of the postcards that, I think we could still do well in terms of profit, but maybe move a little bit faster.
Yeah.
So we have a huge pile of things.
Actually, just thinking out loud, I think a lot of the more local kinds of postcards.
I know we have 3 postcards from Beacon.
Yeah.
And they're really cool, but I think they actually are very rare, and they should be sold on eBay.
Probably, but there's also, like, when I say local, I'm thinking like New York City, also Westchester.
Sorry. I'm thinking
like
so local.
Maybe not hyper local, but local-ish.
New York City stuff. Oh my God, we have piles of New York City antique postcards. Oh, that's interesting. That's a great idea. Yeah. All right. So this channel might actually expand in terms of its content and maybe cover some of our flea market experiences. Let us know in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in following us, with.
Also, please share any flea market experiences or tips that you might have. Definitely interested. We're looking forward to sharing our upcoming flea market experience with you, but we're hoping that this will become a regular thing that we'll do weekly or bi-weekly, or at the very least monthly. We'll see how it goes, and I'm sure it's going to be a learning process. So really open to any feedback, any tips you might have as well.
I'm excited and I'm nervous. But I'm going to make that checklist. Oh, and also the one other thing that they said to do was to take $100 in ones.
Oh, yeah.
And wear a fanny pack. Not a sling bag, a fanny pack.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll
got
see.
fanny packs.
Yeah. Yep. So, it's going to be rough getting up at 4:30 in the morning. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. I'm not looking forward to that. But,
That's going to be very hard for this one.
Very hard. But...
Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, and
we'll see you next time.